Welcome back to Studio Chatter. In the past few years, we've seen the housing market on fire. But what's it like today? Let's welcome Amilyn Gardner-Jones with Berkshire Hathaway Home Services to the table.
That's a loaded question.
Right?
How has it changed?
How has it changed?
And let's keep up with you.
It changed within like a few months, kind of.
You know, I think the harder part about real estate is when it changes like a sledgehammer.
Yes.
It's done, and you're like,
Yes.
okay, what just happened?
Because I felt like last April, and then all of a sudden it was just like,
By July,
what's going on? Yes.
So you're right. So about before April of last year, people were making offers on houses.
Yes.
Sellers were in charge. So people were buying homes and paying $50,000 to $100,000 more than they were asking for them.
Oh, yeah.
It was a bidding war. They would have 3 offers, 20 offers, whatever, you know. And if you weren't cash, you did not get the home.
Stop it.
So as a realtor, I would put offers on properties for people. I'd write 10 offers on different houses, and we just couldn't get one. It was really difficult if they were not cash.
That
It's
is
quite
crazy.
interesting. And then it changed, right?
Yes.
Then the rest of the year, interest rates went up.
Yes.
Prices
lot.
came down. That's what happens. So interest rates are down, prices are up.
Yeah.
Interest rates are going up, prices come down.
Got you.
So have you noticed the houses coming down?
Yes.
Around you?
Like I've seen like 5,000, 10,
Yes.
50.
So the
Yeah,
difference,
just
so if
depending.
the price is high and interest is low, but now it's altered, would your monthly payment kind of equal out to be the same?
It does, kind
So
of.
people shouldn't
Kind of.
worry like, oh my gosh, I missed the low interest rates. But then also your rates or your overall purchase price is lower now.
Right.
But interest rates are still pretty high
Right.
right now.
You know, over the...
High in our mind.
Right.
High, like the interest rate that it is now is what we bought our first home
Exactly.
at,
So
right?
it's not high. It's
Right.
normal. I think
It's
we got
normal.
used
Right.
to crazy
For the
low.
history of interest rates,
Yes.
30 years or whatever, we really aren't bad. 6 and 6.5%.
So it's not a bad time to buy.
It's not like in the 80s when they were 14%, 17%.
Totally.
Right.
Right. Back in the crazy days.
I was listening to Realtor on the Hill, and so we had, what do we have, like 10 legislatures. They all live here, right here,
Okay.
all the people. And they're saying that they're really worried for the millennials because they make enough money, but houses are too expensive for them
Yes.
to buy right now.
Yeah.
So they're discouraged. We've always been known as a state of low unemployment, very good job market, and affordable housing.
Yes.
Well, that's changed. And that's really sad when you think about it.
Yeah.
Because one of my kids is right in that boat. 2 of my kids
Yeah.
bought a house last year, but now the third one's looking, and they are in good professions.
Yeah.
They're not in good
No, they
professions?
are.
Oh, they
like
are.
A nurse
Right.
and stylist.
But it's like the
Right.
homes that they were looking at last year, because my one daughter is in the
Yes.
same place, is now,
A
I wouldn't
townhome
say
maybe.
double for the mortgage, but a time and a half up
Yeah.
Yes.
from what the interest rate is doing
So
to
what's
it.
interesting now about the market, especially if you're a buyer, I would say if you're going to buy, do it now. Do it now,
it's just
before
gonna
the
play
third
around.
quarter.
It's not going to get better.
Because when the third quarter hits, they're anticipating that prices are going to go up on the third
Home
quarter.
prices.
Home prices will go up.
And then the interest rates.
That's the crystal ball, right?
Got
Ooh,
you.
if we can see a crystal ball in real estate, Amy Lynn,
Oh, wouldn't
you're
that be wonderful?
genius.
We'd all be just millionaires, wouldn't we?
What's one of your favorite things about your job?
About my job?
Because you've been doing this how many years?
18 years.
Oh, wow.
And you're good.
I love
You're
it.
one of the top in Berkshire Hathaway.
I love it
Right?
so much.
Yeah.
Yes.
You're good.
Yeah, I think you have to just be passionate about what you do.
I love the
And
people.
I love it. And maybe it's because all the things that I've been through in life. I lived in Texas, moved to Utah, moved to Philadelphia, moved back to Utah. And the market goes up and down, right? And never really made money on houses. Not really. The market just kept doing this, right?
Yeah.
And so I think it's that passion of I built and designed a home once. It was too expensive to keep, so we sold it. So I think when you go through those things, you find that you care so much about people, and that's really what I just want to know what my clients want. What do you want? What can I help you with?
Right.
As a buyer and as a seller, and a lot of times they're selling and then they're buying, right?
Yes.
So you have that kind of scenario, and it's just fun. Your segment yesterday about marriage.
Oh, yes.
Let's fix marriages
With
so
this
I don't
one.
have to sell houses where they're getting a divorce. I mean, I'm serious.
That's probably a tricky situation.
I was just going to say,
for
as
sure.
a realtor, you're a bit of a counselor too. You
Yes.
are.
So
you're working with
true.
people at one of the most stressful decisions of their lifetime.
Yeah, it really is.
And the chances of
Biggest.
them agreeing 100% are very low.
Husband and wife don't agree.
No.
And there is never, I don't believe there is not a perfect house.
No,
there's
never,
not.
ever.
And once you get in there,
there's
then you're like, oh, why did I do that?
Almost a perfect
Yes.
house, and then there's, but if I would, have it there, then maybe.
And I do laugh about that. So you'll go to the Parade of Homes and someone's built their dream home and it's $3
Right.
million. And a year later they're selling it. And you're like,
What happened?
what are you
right?
doing?
Right.
You built your dream home and now you're selling it.
Yeah.
But some people really do enjoy building and then building another one and then building another one. So some people really do enjoy that.
So what does
stress.
it look like here?
Yes, I just hear you say that
Totally.
stresses me out. Yes.
I can
I'm
tell.
like,
You
yeah.
kind of tense up like, oh no, that doesn't
Even
sound fun.
remodeling.
Yes, yes.
So what are the trends here in Spanish Fork? Are we seeing more like smaller homes, like townhomes? Like what are we kind of edging into this next year?
We have a lot of townhomes. They are becoming more affordable. They're under 400,000, but there's still plenty of homes that are being built.
Okay.
New construction homes. This is a great time to negotiate with new construction. That's the fun part for me, is going in and saying, well, they wanted 450, but guess what? They're going to take 390 because the market's so good right now for a buyer.
Yes.
So that's why I'm encouraging buyers. So you brought up a good point, by the way. So you should, this is something we always tease about, you should date the mortgage rate and you should marry the house. Meaning you love the house, but you can always refinance.
Yes.
Right?
Because we never know.
You never know. Interest rate
5 years,
could
10
drop
years,
to 5%,
right.
or maybe you'll be happy in a year that you got the 6
Yes.
1/4.
Right. Yes, this is true.
I wish
very
that we only know what we know today.
Right.
And the
Right.
speculating gets us in trouble a little bit.
It's
I
like
think.
gambling. It's
It
so
is.
tricky. Yeah, and you just have to jump in. Eventually, you
You
just have to
do.
jump in and just take
And
it
it
for a
hurts.
ride.
It always hurts when you get your first
The first
home.
year
It does.
is tight no matter
It
what.
is
Yep.
so tight.
What about like we're going into spring? I've sold 3 homes, and springtime seems like the sweet spot to sell. Is that correct?
It is. March, April, May. You'll
People
start to
get
see-
antsy and want something
Want something-
fresh
yeah.
and new.
They do.
And the yards look a little bit better then too. Right
yeah,
now you're
they
like,
look pretty sad right now.
yeah.
Oh, mine looks horrible right now. We didn't get all the leaves up, so
We didn't either.
didn't
Winter
you?
came way too fast.
It did.
Way fast.
It was like too nice for too long, and so I was like, "Oh, next week
Yes.
we'll do those."
And then it
next
started
week.
snowing and then
I've
it was
seen
yes,
a lot of people
November.
actually raking their nasty
I tried to
leaves right
bribe
now
my
because
people.
Oh, I need to, but I don't want to.
It's
I
too
don't
cold.
either.
The reason why, so I wanted to bring up too, when you're talking about March, April, May, people selling because school's almost out, right?
Yes.
But people have to realize right now, things are not selling in a day. I'm showing 2 homes tomorrow that have been on the market more than 3 months.
I was going to ask about the time.
Yes.
And a year ago
Yeah.
that would have been 6 days, maybe.
or a
24
day.
or
hours.
less, yeah.
24
Oh
hours.
my
I was hearing unless they had their like offer ready to go when they went there, they may not
With
get it.
cash.
True.
Yes.
With
Right?
cash. No, it's sad but true.
Yeah.
It really is. So that's my suggestion.
So, like, if
is
you're
get it
thinking
ready
about it,
now.
do it. Yeah,
Because
get
people
it.
will say, "Oh, I want to list my home," and I go, and they think they're going to list it in a week, and it takes them 4 weeks to get ready.
Well, for buyers right now, that's great news because
Yes.
now they have options. They have a little more time, and they're going to save a little more money, right?
Yeah.
And go with. You want to be with someone when you're showing a home. You want to make sure that you feel comfortable with each other.
Right.
You know, if someone didn't feel comfortable with me, that's fine. I
Yeah.
think they should go with someone else.
Yeah.
But you want someone that you feel comfortable with because you're going to be spending 3-6 months with them, most likely. Right.
Whereas last
It's
year
a
it was only a
marriage.
48-hour date. You were divorced.
It was 90 days fiance.
Yes, it
Yes,
was.
exactly. Yes,
I'm like,
I
you
love
look
it.
pretty decent. Let's.
Let's write it. Let's write up an offer.
Well, Amilyn, you have been an active member of the Chamber of Commerce for years. That's how you and I were able to
Yes.
get to know each other. And you've been so involved in the community and so I see you're being recognized through Berkshire often. So I think you would be an ideal person for someone to call.
Yeah, seems
Thank you.
absolutely darling.
And can I just share one of my
Yes.
favorite moments last summer? My favorite gift was my paddleboard, which I've told you guys. And I went most Fridays over to Salem Pond. And I always knew Amilyn had a home on Salem Pond. So I'm out there paddleboarding one Friday morning and I hear, Stacy back! And I'm like, holy cow, who do I want to see? And Amilyn's over there in her house. I'm like, is that you, Amilyn? And we go over. She came out on her dock and sat on the dock, and I pulled up to her and just sat on my paddleboard. And we visited for what, 20 or 30 minutes?
Oh, that's so cute.
Wonderful. It was
really
so
was.
wonderful
I
because it
love
was
that.
just one of those moments when we're all so busy that we just stopped and
That's true.
talked.
Yeah,
so
that was nice.
You're dear.
I loved it. It was so great.
Thanks for joining us. And
Yeah,
good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Hope
all
for
that
the
you're
future
doing.
of homes right here. We got it.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
And we know
It's
where to
good.
go.
Want somebody in your corner.
Yep.
Our next guest will help you get through the pains after an accident. Stay with us to find out more.